Black Politicians TV, man. Who we got with us today?
Anthony Govan, man.
How you doing today?
I'm good, brother. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Usually how I start everybody off, I like to ask what you eat today. So like, what you eat today? Huh?
Man, I got up and had some breakfast. I had sausage, grits, and eggs.
Okay. So let's take it all the way back. We're gonna start with childhood. Like, where are you from?
I'm from a little town of Orem, North Carolina.
So is Orem considered Lumberton or Fremont, or is Orem its own entity?
Orem is its own entity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was it coming up in Orem?
Uh, it was. It wasn't too bad, man. Everybody was family in Orem. If you stayed in Orem, you were related to everybody. So it was. It was just crazy. Walk up and down the streets and play basketball.
So like, did you? How many like brothers and sisters did you have?
There was seven of us. I had four sisters and two brothers.
Single parent home, both parent home.
Both parents.
I mean, yeah, the seven, y'all gotta stick together.
Yeah. Yeah, both parents. Yeah.
So like all the boys just strictly played basketball, or like how was the sports life like?
Well, Reggie just played basketball. Me and Eric played both, like basketball and football. And then when I went to Purnell, I started running track. So,
What you play in track? I mean, what did you run in track?
uh, I did the high jump, the triple jump, and the 400.
Hmm. So where did you like get this love from sports? Like who did you idolize like growing up in sports?
Watching my dad and my uncles in the backyard playing basketball, and that was just something I picked up.
So like what era was this? Was this like the 80s?
Yeah, about the 80s.
So that like was you like looking up to like Magic Johnson and stuff like that too?
Larry Bird, man.
The Larry Bird?
Larry Bird. Larry Legend, as I call him. Yeah.
Definitely. So who like where would you put Larry Bird in your top five like NBA players?
Top five, I got him number three. That's just me.
So who above him? Like I don't care about four or five, but who?
I got Jordan and LeBron, man.
That sounds good. That sounds good. So
Yeah.
like when you was in like doing your thing and in basketball, when did you realize that you was like a star athlete? Like when did that come about?
Uh, Probably about seventh grade, because I started playing with the older guys. When I was going to camps, I would always get moved up out of my age level to play with the older cats. So
And that's all. That's like the first step of realizing. Like even in like, was you getting picked first when you were playing like in the park and stuff like that? Picked over your friends and stuff like that? Or oh yeah, I already got hit. He already on my team.
yeah, yeah, I did.
So like, was it any type of like jealousy with friends and stuff when you start to like go crazy in sports in
Nah,
seventh grade? Like not in high school, but like beginning seventh grade.
nah, because all the guys I hung around, all of us could play. So there was no kind of,
Right. So what position did you play?
I was small forward.
Mm. So was you a small forward in high school as well?
Yeah, I played the three. Yeah,
And what high school did you play for?
I went to Purnell Sweat.
So why didn't you go to Fremont?
Well, we moved to Pembroke, and
Okay.
after we moved back to the Fairmont area, I just stayed at Purnell, finished my senior year.
And it wasn't any pressure to like go like play at Fremont High.
Nah,
So
nah,
like, what are some of the records that you broke at Purnell?
I ain't break none, man. I
Oh,
was just
so I was just like, I was
nah,
just because I be trying to get information. See, look, that's
nah.
why
I'm
you got to
just,
watch your information. I
I'm
heard you
just,
broke records. Okay,
nah. I'm just mediocre. I was just mediocre. I was fundamentally sound, man.
definitely. And
So
did you go anywhere after that to play sports?
nah, uh, I went to the Navy straight out of high school.
So what makes a man go to the Navy straight out of high school?
Well, for me, you know, I wanted to go to college, but as I said earlier, there were seven of us, and then I didn't know anything about those getting the grants and all that stuff. So my way out was a GI Bill. So I said I'd go to Navy a few years and use my GI Bill. So that was my reason for going.
So when is the first time you got homesick when you was in the Navy? Like everybody had that one time.
uh, my third day of boot camp, I I was ready to go home, and I don't know, something just hit me, and I was just like, man, this ain't for me. I'm ready to go home.
And is it like What time was that? So that was like 90s when you was
Yeah,
in the Navy?
93 to 96.
And like, how did like what mindset you was in? Cause that's like pivot of Jordan, you know, what I'm saying prime Jordan. That's Tupac. That's Mike Tyson. But you over there in the Navy on some water, like, like you miss everything. Like, how
Yeah.
was it, bro?
Oh man, those are the best years of my life. I tell anybody, man. I traveled the world for free. So, so yeah. But yeah, I didn't miss anything because you know we went out to sea all the time. So
And why didn't you like, you know, do 10 years, do 15 years?
uh, I knew I didn't want to make a career of it. So, like I said, my mindset was to go get that GI Bill and go to college. So,
And then in that time, like, did you end up having any kids? Like,
no, not while I was in the Navy. No.
okay, so like, when did like, what made you like come back? Well, what made you come back home, pretty much?
Missing the country because when I got out, I tried to stay in Virginia for a little while, but I just missed the country. I tried to stay off, but I came home. So
And what kind of like made you, or gave you that step to start like helping the youth?
my dad, watching him as I grew up, he was involved in the recreation program, and I would follow him every Saturday out to the school. 'Cause I was going out there with him before I was even able to play. So watching him and watching some of the older cats come back and tell him how much he impacted their life, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. From then on, right then, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
So, what was the first step that you took like to make that happen?
Started volunteer coaching. Just where I could, anybody that would let me volunteer, I would go and help. Man, just start just reaching out, just doing things like that.
And when did you notice like that your impact was strong and people was like appreciative of you coaching?
Uh, what year was it? God, that was a long time ago, Kiora, man.
It was, oh, so
It was a group of kids, man. That was my first group that I coached, man. And when they got to high school, and some of the things that the high school was teaching them, they were like, Coach Ganvey, you were showing us this, then blah blah blah. So that's when I knew that this is something I might can do here.
so like, what is like the big goal in coaching like for you?
Well, now I coaching ain't. I really wouldn't want to be the coach now because simple fact, man. A lot of these kids change, man, and it's hard to coach some of these kids. So for me right now, it's just trying to give a kid an avenue to let them know that sports ain't the only way out. You know what I mean? So that's my big thing. Let them know it ain't all about sports because
So,
everybody's not gifted at sports.
so let's talk about that. Like, what other outlets are you telling them that are available?
Man, and like I just told a group the other week, man, college ain't for everybody. You know, learn your trade. Your trade, plumbing, electricians. That's a lot of people push college on everybody. If you can go to college, now I'm not telling them not to go to college, not try to go to college, but look at a trade, learn a trade. Because where I go to college and get out in 4 years, you go do a trade for 6 months, 6 to 8 months. You coming out making money. I'm coming out still in debt. So you just do the math,
And
man.
fighting for a job based on
Yeah,
the university you went to.
exactly. Yeah,
Like, yeah,
exactly.
so like, why did they push going to college so much? Like, and without any like prior information of people going to college. Like our grandfathers didn't go to college. I
Right,
didn't go to. So why are you telling me I gotta
right.
go? Why I gotta leave the house at 18 and go to college and come back debt free? Like, who was the
Yeah.
mentors of the situation?
I don't know, but I definitely wouldn't tell a kid that, man. So nah. And I even say, and I might catch a lot of flack with this, but the young boys, I tell them go do 2 years in the military, man. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
just do
discipline,
2 years, yeah.
discipline.
And I mean, you do those 2 years, you might like it, you might make a career of it, but do 2 years because I think now I had a good upbringing. My dad was strict, but I think my military years kind of molded me a little better. I mean, if that makes sense. like you said, discipline. So yeah,
And what are some like other like moral things that you learned from the Navy?
man, I tell my daughter this all the time. If you're on time, you're late. So I try to show up at least 10, 15 minutes early to everywhere. Uh, just man, if your character is when you're doing the right things when nobody's watching. So that's my thing, man. Even if nobody's watching me, I try to make sure I'm still doing the right thing. So
And like, who's somebody that you can remember who just like always stayed on you? Like from the first year to the third year, probably try to talk you out to doing 10 more years. Like, who is somebody, I know you remember him, whether he like passed or he's still alive, that's part of the Navy who is on you. And like he helped push you through. Like it's always that one random person.
and there he is. He's from Orangeburg, South Carolina. His name Nathaniel Cleckley. That's the first dude I ran into, and he pushed me. He tried to get me to stay, but I told him, I said, man, Cleckley, this ain't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So yeah, Cleckley, man, he was that guy.
And that was your partner. Like
Yeah, oh yeah,
what
oh
was
yeah.
like
He
the
was older than me, so like we go like when we was out to sea, we go to the different countries. He knew where to go, so yeah, that was my partner. I hung with Cleckley.
so like can you give us like a fun time that y'all had together? Like just a random story?
I might not be able to say it on TV.
Well, something all the way PG
well,
13.
well, I can say it. I can keep it clean. But my first time, I'm going to the what they call the red light district. I've always heard of it. I ain't never know nothing about it. Where was we at? We in Greece. I think it was in Greece. And that's what he told me. He said, "Go in, get shower. We can go to red light district." I'm 18. The red light district. So we going down, man. And that's what it was, man. You walk down the little alleyway and the women sitting up in the windows.
So that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And you was in Greece. So this
In
is
certain
like
countries, that's real. But it's in the parts where when we get off the ship, they tell you not to go.
mhm.
That's where all the fun stuff is, where they tell us not to go. So yeah, that was my first fun experience.
So you by you going to the Navy, like you scored pretty high, like on your test scores and stuff.
Yeah, I was decent. It was decent, man.
So like how was people treating you like back home when you went to the Navy? They were like, "Oh, he fancy now," or like,
Nah,
how was it?
nah, man. Everybody was just like, just asking different things, man. I was still me.
Yeah.
And then, too, when I would come home too, man, I was a shy cat, man. So when I did come home, if it wasn't immediate family or something like that, I didn't get out, man. I didn't go a lot of places.
So
So,
like what like kind of helped you become like more of a outgoing person?
uh, probably when I got this job that I'm doing now with the recreation department, because I had to get out and talk to people, and I'm still learning to be more out front person because I've always been behind the scenes. You know, they be like, "Oh, come on, now y'all go ahead. I stay back here." So it's probably about how long I've been doing this. About 14 years now is when I finally just came out and like, okay, so
How important is like fathers being at the practices, the games, signing them up? Like we all know that the mom gonna be there. We all know that mom go. You got the mom gonna bring the concessions. The mom gonna be at every
yeah,
practice. She gonna be fussing you out. But
yeah,
how important is it for the fathers to be there?
man, I think it's real important, man. So for the dads to be there like that, but I see the dad, I don't see it a lot. I mean, a lot of signups and a lot of the games and stuff. These moms are bringing them,
Hmm.
and you hardly don't see any dads. Uh, so I think it's important. I wish more would, but like I said, some places you don't see a whole lot of dads out, man. You see the moms.
And you never know where like LeBron probably could have won 3 more rings. KD could have won 3 more rings. Like Zion probably could be working harder. Like
Yeah,
all these are all great athletes who didn't have their dads, and
right.
it's just like it's
Hmm.
wild that like how
Yeah,
could you not help raise LeBron?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
So that's why people be like, "Oh, these single parent." Nah, you can do anything you want to do coming from a single parent home. So
hmm.
don't give them that crutch. So you can do anything you want to do, even coming from a single parent home. So
So like, what are some of the things that you feel like is important for the youth to know like today,
As far as what you mean,
just far as like in life, like
man.
outside of sports, outside of everything. When you know talking to these youth, what's one of the things
Just
that
have
you
good character, man. That's the main thing. Well, the first thing is if you don't have God, get God in your life. Good character, man. And just always remember, somebody's always watching you. Somebody's always watching you. And that's how I got the job that I'm in now. I've been with the county. February will be 22 years. So when I first started in 2002, 2002, man, I started in the maintenance department, cutting grass, lining ball fields, doing stuff like that. But a funny story, and if the preacher was here, he'd tell you. But we were getting back. We had just got through cleaning the park or something, and the program specialist used to drive a Crown Vics. And William Townsend pulled up in his Crown Vic, and I told the preacher, I said, I'm gonna be driving me one of those cars one day. And he looked at me. He said, you're a smart man. He said, I know you can do it. And it was 10 years later, I was driving one of them Crown Vics, and that comes from me, my work ethic, having good character, and somebody's always watching you.
And for the people who don't know, you talking about like the Crown Vic that they give to people that's working
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
bank.
oh
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So for the people that's like, it took them 10 years to get a Crown Vic. Like, boy,
Nah, it's the county
Crown Vic
vehicle.
only 2,000. It took you 2 years, 10 years to get 2,000. Okay, that's motivational.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
nah, we
yeah.
know what
Oh
you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like, what does it take to be Anthony Govan?
Man, like I said, man, just have good character, man,
So are
and be
they
willing to help people, man.
okay?
I'm just me, man. Just a little country boy. I'm always willing to help anybody, man. I mean, I don't need no recognition for anything. I just want to help because I just want to see people grow, and you know, if I can give them that little push, that's what I'm there for.
So like, how do you feel about artists in this new generation? Like, are you like into the music, or do you like? Because you know, like you losing more and more athletes every year,
Hmm.
and like more you seeing less and less signups because you know people want to be, artists and want to be, like, that athlete might want to be an influencer now. He probably just want to be on
Yeah,
YouTube or a gamer.
yeah.
Like, how are you dealing with this situation?
Uh, man, we actually talked about this, man, and we trying to figure out how to combat it, man, because y'all losing a lot. I mean, because these kids want to do the gaming, they want to do the YouTubing, so sports is kind of like second nature to some of these kids, and that goes back to what you said earlier about the dads. Whereas if I feel like if that dad was there, he would push him to sports and try to get him into it. So yeah, we trying to combat that right now, man, because our signups are falling off. They falling off across the state with as far as recreational sports, man.
And we gotta do some statistics on that. That I feel like when that little boy see his dad in the stands, he dropping 40. When you know what I'm saying, or he getting 3 touchdowns. It's just
Mm-hmm.
something about seeing your dad
Yeah.
there, like
Oh
you
yeah.
running a 10-2 on a
Yeah.
100. If your dad there, it's
Yeah.
just something about like
Yeah.
his presence, like
Yeah. I mean, because I had kids, man. Because I'm all over the county, and like some of the kids, like when I show up at some of the fields or whatever, they be so excited. Coach Govan, I want you to meet my daddy because I had never seen him.
yeah, they're like,
And
this is who I got it from.
yeah,
I
Coach
got a
Govan, I want you to see my
dad.
daddy. So yeah, so yeah, the fathers are a big influence, man. I mean, shout out to moms though, but yeah,
Nah, definitely
that
shout out to
father though,
moms.
man, yeah.
So would you ever get a toupee?
A toupee?
Yeah, like would you ever? I mean, I'm
Nah,
part of the bald community too.
nah,
I'm a bald and beard guy myself, but like,
nah,
do you ever feel like you just want to like? Would you ever get the fake hairline?
nah. I'm
You want
good.
to never get it?
Nah, I've been like this since I was 23. Nah,
Oh, see, look, I started at 27, so
yeah,
look. But you were back in. Everybody had the balls back in the day. Tyrese, R. Kelly's, to
yeah,
the Jordan.
yeah.
Why was everybody walking like rocking the ball back in the day?
I don't know, unless they were like me, man. I had what they call the McDonald's M hairline, so I had to get mine gone, man.
Boy, see, that's that Govan McCray whole bloodline. Like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, so yeah,
Guys, man, how you feel about like family reunions, man? Like they getting smaller and smaller. How can we like keep them like enriched? How can we keep family together?
oh man, that's a good one because that is a thing with the past, something fading, man. Uh, I don't know. I guess we got to be like them, like the old grandmas and granddaddies, man. Just we all they always stayed in touch with everybody. See
Mm-hmm.
now, man, with us, once we get our lives busy and everything, man, then it's like I see you when I see you. You know what I mean? Prime example, uh, me and your family, like Mike, then man, you used to see me every day,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I got the new job, I got busy, and then it was like just pop up here, pop up there, to eventually it was like two, 3 months before I see y'all. So just got to get better at that, man. Just got to start taking time for family, man.
Hey, look, and we just gotta take advantage of social media. If we
Yeah,
all gotta get on a Zoom family
yeah,
reunion, like
yeah,
if we all just gotta get on FaceTime and
yeah,
just be on family reunion at your own house, like you know
yeah.
what I mean, or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Like we just
yeah. We just got to do
we,
something to
we
keep us
see each other every
connected,
day on
man.
social
Yeah.
media. Like you
Mhm.
know what I'm saying, like a status, say hey fam,
Yeah.
hey cousin, like you know.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you for coming through, and like I just you one of the people that's definitely like a pillar in the community that's helping these kids, like male, female, little boy, little girl, like and not just with sports, like you
Yeah.
enriching their mind and enlightening their mind.
Yeah.
But like if you can get like how can I word this? If you can get one star, you don't gotta say their name or nothing, like, but if you just had a star to go to a team, like what team would that be? I don't even know if I said that right. 'Cause I'm not even in sports, but like when you coaching somebody, right?
Mhm.
Do you already have in mind, I want these boys to go to Duke, or I want these boys to go to Carolina, or like do you already have in mind where you want some of these boys to go to in your mind? Because I don't know how it works in sports and coaching, so maybe I worded that a little wrong.
Nah, I don't, man. I always want them to have an opportunity, but for me, man, I want them to go somewhere where they'll fit, because everybody don't have that, you know, the great athletic ability, but they can play well in a system.
Hmm.
And I just happen to be one of those people too. I could play in a system, but I couldn't go play street ball because I just couldn't do it. But you put me in a system against that street ball person, I kill him. So that's what I look at, man. Just
So what's the
go somewhere where
difference?
you'll fit in.
What's the difference between that? So the people that don't know, playing in the system and then just playing in the street ball mentality.
Well, uh, I'd say free play. I'm out you're out there. I don't have all the moves and all that, but as far as on a team, we running plays. I was fundamentally sound, so I'm gonna make that cut just right. I'm gonna do this just right. So in a system, I could play, but if we out playing, everybody just playing wherever, and there's no coach or anything, I was kind of lost. I could play,
Hmm.
but I wouldn't dominate. So that's the difference. Well, that's the difference for me. So,
And I ain't never really thought of it like that. Yes, because now I got to be looking at players different. Like,
yeah,
yeah, like
yeah. Take
definitely.
for instance JJ Redick. JJ Redick wasn't the best player, but if he got on the right team,
Yeah.
he know I got set up out here. They're gonna kick it out to me. I got to be able to knock this down. So he flourished when he go to teams like that, where he just know he gonna knock down. So just little stuff like that.
Who is like one of your biggest like NBA athlete letdowns? Like, who is a like basketball player like his career like he kind of just let you down? I say Chris Paul for me. I'm sorry, Chris Paul done messed up too many teams, and like Chris Paul is supposed to win it over 20 times. I hope he
Yeah,
get it with the Warriors this year, but Chris Paul the problem, man. Like, so, we just talking messy basketball, bro. So
yeah.
like,
And see, the thing is, I really only watch NBA like that now, man. You know,
it's a show, man.
yeah. I just can't stand to see 1 minute, 24-second shot clock. He hold the ball for 18 of those 24 seconds. So, yeah, I don't watch it like that anymore. If I'm scrolling, I'll stop and watch a little bit of it. But yeah, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, college and high school is where it's hungry at.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So like, how do you feel about like dealing with like a trouble athlete, but he's also a great athlete?
Man, you just got to reach him. You
Like
know.
he getting in fights, he getting suspended, but you let him play tonight, he dropping 40.
Well, you got to show him now that eventually you're gonna have to show him that I can do this without you. I'm gonna do this without you.
Thank you.
Eventually, you got to show him, man. And it'll be hard, but you got to show him. You got to show him that you know I need you, but I don't need you. So
So what's your favorite basketball movie? Before we go, what's your favorite basketball movie?
favorite basketball movie. Let me see. Coach Carter. Either Coach Carter or I can't think of the name of this other one. It's Forrest Whitaker, and it was after the hurricane. He had to get some boys together to play. God, what's the name of that movie? Was it Hurricane? I'm not sure, but it's got to be those two, man.
What's the name of that movie with the Wayans brother? And his homeboy died, and he was playing the college.
Oh
Now that's my
yeah,
joy.
I
Yeah,
forgot about that one.
yeah, his
Yeah,
homeboy died, and he was playing for him.
yeah,
Boy,
yeah,
that
yeah,
movie
yeah,
was
yeah,
fire.
yeah. That's one of them too. I can't
Thanks,
think of the
man.
name of that one. Yeah,
So, man, before we go, Black Policy TV, man, I just like to ask random questions. How many tickets do you got?
tickets.
You got independent speeding tickets?
Nah,
You sure?
positive.
Hey, so what's your favorite meal?
Pizza, man. That's my go-to.
Coffee or hot chocolate?
Coffee,
Mac and cheese, regular mac and cheese or baked mac and cheese?
baked mac and cheese,
Fried chicken or baked chicken?
baked.
Sushi or just regular crab legs?
I don't do neither.
Sweet tea or lemonade?
Lemonade,
Ice cream or vanilla wafers?
ice cream.
Oreos or them little gingerbread snap cookies?
Ginger snap.
Ginger snaps all the way. Hey, so Black Fox TV, man, who we have with us today, bro?
Anthony GOVAN, man, program specialist, Robertson County Parks and Recreation. And I
Appreciate you, man.
forgot, man, my life mentoring program, man, with for boys ages 9 to 15 years old. And life means leadership, influence, family, empowerment, and just trying to give young boys, man, somebody to look up to, a positive male role model, man. Uh, to make them a productive citizen in our community, man. So yeah, reach out to me, man. Get these little kids, these little boys signed up, man. We go to basketball games. We do different items with them, just different stuff, man. So life mentoring program. I forgot about that.
Life mentoring program, Black
Yeah,
Fox TV. I appreciate you for coming through today.
yeah, nephew.
Hey, look, keep inspiring them kids. Hey, maybe I'll see you out there on the game out there playing yourself. You know, sometimes you gotta do it yourself.
These knees won't let me do that no more, nephew.
Hey, look, you gotta go through that little water thing LeBron be doing.